What goes into the agreements that, of course, then you are supposed to be deployed for AMISOM or for whatever it is that, whatever capacity that you're going to operate.
Yes.
Because then you want to ask yourself, were they threatened? Were they under duress? Are they in agreement to this? What happens to their family? Is there some element of counseling? Are you assured that your family member is going to come back home, safe and sound? What plays out?
That's a brilliant question. Now, in the security forces, it is considered a very strategic and nice and positive career move to serve in an international force of any type. You mentioned one, AMISOM. There have been so many of them based through the UN system, and some of them being bilateral and in many other forms, trilateral and multilateral. So from a soldier's perspective, if you're in the military, from a policeman's perspective, if you're in the National Police Service, it is considered a great honor to go and serve your country abroad. You get a lot of extra training. You get to serve with troops and security forces and discipline forces from other countries, which gives you a great strategic edge. It is great on your CV, and most of them usually have an upward trajectory in their security, military, police career. They do become senior officers upon their return. Now, this usually is where in a very controlled environment, safety is guaranteed. So the UN has its own systems for guaranteeing safety. These global powers do have their own systems. But in a situation like Haiti, where there's a failed state, number one. Number two, the citizens are not as welcoming to the force that is being, in fact, it's being seen as a colonial type move, because behind the puppet master is deemed to be the United States of America, who is the former, it's like Britain sponsoring troops from Haiti to come to Kenya and police our streets. The fact that there is such a high level of corruption and international crime going on also means that between the citizens, not any person who's served in a military capacity will always talk to you. It's not just the straight military objectives and operations, but you need to win the hearts and minds of the people, because if the hearts and minds of the people are not with you, they will actually not only undermine your efforts, they'll cooperate with whoever is your enemy at the time. So having a people that whose hearts and minds are not set on Kenyan troops setting ground on their soil, having a very corrupt police force, having a very corrupt system of gangs that are just controlling the failed state, having a failed state in the first place without checks and balances and the usual systems that would guarantee safety, from a leadership and security point of view, it is unfortunately a risky move to have Kenyan police going to Haiti. That doesn't mean the mission cannot be successful. Kenyan security agencies, for the longest time, from the days of CID and the special branch all the way to today, we are regarded very highly internationally in terms in security circles, in terms of competence, in terms of professionalism, in terms of balance, in terms of objectivity. So there is nothing to suggest that, given a fair playing field, the Kenyan police units that are being sent there will be very successful. They will and can be very successful. The question is it a balanced engagement? Is it a fair ground? Is it a controlled environment? Is it an environment where the citizens of this country have genuinely requested us to help? Is it what the law requires, that we were invited in and there was reciprocal arrangements from a security perspective between the two countries? Is it a situation where we can actually make a difference? So if the police force is corrupt, if the citizenry is against us, if there's all these marauding gangs all over the place, if it is a failed state, if the economics, a lot of analysts globally have come to the agreement that the instability and insecurity of Haiti is directly proportional to the poverty that's been visited upon it by foreign interference. So as long as those factors are there, it is a very, from a pure risk management perspective, being objective, it is a risky engagement.